Hello, fellow classmates. I am excited to share with you what I learned about informed consent. So, the first thing I wanted to mention was an article by Lodwig in 2024 that actually states that informed consent can improve efficacy of the counseling relationship. And it said that clients with low to medium treatment motivation and those that have lower knowledge about psychotherapy actually benefit the most from optimized informed consent. So I thought that was very interesting and pertinent to what we were learning about this week. As far as the Virginia requirements, so Virginia requirements are pretty much exactly what the ACA requirements are for informed consent. In fact, the wording is exactly the same, so I'm pretty sure that the Virginia requirements came directly from the ACA requirements. So it states that clients must be informed of the purposes, goals, techniques, procedures, limitations, potential risk, and benefits of services to be performed, the limitations of confidentiality and other pertinent information when counseling is initiated and throughout the counseling process as necessary. They will also provide clients with accurate information regarding the implications of diagnosis, the intended use of tests and reports, fees, and billing arrangements. So that is just all that Virginia requires in their informed consent. The only thing that I really saw different with the ACA requirements is that the ACA requirements say that they will include the role of technology and other pertinent information. So I didn't see anything about that in the Virginia requirements, and potentially it has not been updated since all of the telehealth counseling and everything that's taken place since COVID. So that was the one main difference I saw. As far as a local counselor, I was able to review the informed consent of a local counselor named Dr. Angie Anderson, and hers was way above and beyond both the Virginia and the ACA requirements. She has an entire page of client rights. It goes into great detail about all the rights of the client. They have the right to ask questions. They have the right to decline the use of certain therapeutic techniques. And it's very in depth about what the client's rights are in the counseling relationship. I won't read all of it because it's pretty long, but she goes into being very clear about the purposes, goals, techniques, and procedures. So she goes into explaining how long a psychotherapy session is, that sometimes they might go over, that the initial assessment will happen, and that at that point the therapist may feel that another therapist would be more efficient fit, and so they might be referred to another therapist. Also, she goes into in depth about her no secrets policy. So with families, she does actually require that the family can be notified of anything that goes on in the psychotherapy session, because she is counseling the whole family unit. So she goes into in depth on that. She also has a failed appointments and late cancellation policy, so she goes into that in depth as well. That appointments not canceled within 24-hour notice are subject to a cancellation fee. She also goes into confidentiality at length, and of course, if the client is a threat to harm themselves or others, then she is obligated to take actions necessary. Also, she goes into a long, in-depth explanation of termination and how that will work. So I found hers to be extremely more detailed. The other thing is she has a long explanation of social media and how it is not their policy to be friends with any former or current clients on social media. So those are just some of the things that I saw. It was definitely a lot more in detailed than the ACA or the Virginia Code.